Kylin is doing some interesting things with data and the blockchain. And we've had them here before, but let's get an update because I know what you're doing is important and but kind of complicated too. So we've got with us here Dewdney, the Chief Stratosphere Officer, and also Sam Eliott, the CEO, new CEO, correct, Sam? Yeah. So great. Congratulations on that. So, you know, we hear a lot about finance, blockchain all the time. I mean, what is special about data and blockchain that you're working on?
Yeah, so and really we believe the tip of the iceberg is the financial use case. So this sort of hard, asset play, if you will, of cryptocurrency. DeFi is sort of a derivative aspect of that, where you're getting these, traditional legacy financial instruments echoed, in a decentralized way. But we believe the next evolution is going to be data oriented. All these different use cases above and beyond this financial use case, or blockchain just powering, a sort of limited aspect, if you will, of humanity and human society. You can make the analogy of, could you make the email is a very important aspect of the internet, right? But it certainly isn't the internet. And some aspect of a blockchain, but it isn't just where blockchain stops. In fact, there's going to be an enormous evolution of blockchain-enabled applications, and that has a lot to do with generic data, right? Orientation to blockchain, and that's kind of like the simple answer to it from my perspective.
Mm-hmm. And Sam, I know you guys are working on heavy development on a lot of programs and platforms and things like that. I mean, what are you building? How much can you tell me?
Yeah, well, what we're trying to do really is build a distributed data warehouse. Now, coming from a traditional business, really, you realize how much value you're storing. Every single business has value in its data. And for them to really understand their customers, they have to understand their data. So what we're trying to do is, instead of having all these data warehouses built in silo, we're trying to make it distributed so everyone can get access to it. Everyone can really monetize their data. You don't have to go to a specific place. You don't have to go to your Googles. You don't have to go to a specific data store. You can query it from anywhere, and you can query or ask for this data wherever you are, and just literally monetize it. You can say, look, I have this data set. I think it's valuable to the data store.
The essential core aspect of this that you have to unpack is custody. And custody of data. And that's true also for the financial use case, right? So we're used to having, just to make these and DeFi and the financial aspect of blockchain, we're used to having banks having the custody of our money, right? And now we have the keys held because we have our private keys, and it's like if you put money under your mattress. We're back to that, except in a much higher technological way through blockchain, okay? Same idea with data. So is that while data is custodied by centralized companies and projects like, Google, Amazon, et cetera, right? We're seeing the start of the revolution or renaissance or movement of data being similar to the money, being back in a P2P relationship between individuals or between projects. It doesn't matter. It's just not going through this centralized filter or bottleneck of corporations or centralized servers anymore.
Well, thank you so much, Sam and Dylan. Always interesting to hear what you guys are working at. I always feel like I'm looking into the future whenever I talk to you guys.
The background.